Good morning. Hello, everyone. I would like to thank you that I took the opportunity and the chance to come here and share my experience, my thoughts with you. The topic that I'm going to talk about, I already started to think about it. I started to relate it to my daily life, which is the algorithm of potential. And it's very related to my field. My name is Passant Mortada. Okay. I'm a computer science teacher and mother for wonderful 3 kids. Okay. Between raising my kids and teaching computer science, I found that both words are very similar, okay, to me. Every morning feels like that as I'm rebooting, opening, restart my daily system. Every morning when I wake up my kids, I keep saying, hurry up, we need to go, hurry up, you need to finish your breakfast, hurry up, we need to catch the bus after the school day ends, please hurry up, we need to finish our lunch, catch the training, do the homework assignments, hurry up please, we need to be in bed at a specific time to wake up again and repeat again the same pattern in our life. And even when they start to argue, react, resist, I found sometimes myself like giving them same advices, same words, I'm acting with them with the same frustration. By the way, sometimes I found myself giving same advices in their academic progress, okay? Sometimes I give same advices when they start to tell me an incident happened in the school with their friends, okay? Then I found myself following the same emotional and behavior pattern. I found myself that nothing is changing with them. Even if I'm worried about their academic results, even if I'm worried about how they should be reacting with the friends, dealing with their friends in the school, I found at the end I'm not getting the results I want. I found at the end having same results, same academic level. Sometimes they're not improving. Okay? Sometimes they're still facing same problems, okay, with their friends. So, when I ask myself, is there anything changing the way that I want? I found the answer is no. The truth is, nothing changes unless we change the code itself. Teaching computer science, okay, teaching computer science or learning computer science, different sections here, we usually come first that we are gathering input data, then we start to build our system, then we start to write our code lines, then we test the program, then we check the results. Sometimes we return back again to check the input again, to change some steps, to change some process, and we go back again to test and check if we have the output that we need or not. Maybe the life is the same. Maybe to grow, we need to observe patterns that we consider our own patterns in our life. Guide our own patterns with awareness. Rewrite patterns and change the code lines that no anymore working for us. One example that made me reflect on this idea and connect it to my field and the way that I'm working, I had a student who was doing this, her diagnostic test. It's the kind of test that the level determined according to how you answer. Then I found the student, instead of thinking through the process, okay, I found this student keep clicking, I don't know this, I don't know this, I don't know this, till she's done with her test. When she's done with her test, of course, her score wasn't within her grade level. It was far away from her grade level. She was in grade 5 and the score was about grade 2. When you notice, okay, when the teacher came, she said, you didn't take this seriously. And she started to speak about the girl. She said, maybe she has lack of a lot of skills, we need to work on those skills. But when I started to analyze the way that she was clicking, I don't know this, her facial expression in front of the question itself, I found that she was not paying attention. She didn't even bother herself to read the question itself. But when I thought about it deeply, I found that she's stuck in her loop. Sometimes in our field, computer science, sometimes when we run a program, we find sometimes we're going in the same loop. We can't go outside, okay, sometimes. So sometimes we need to stop the program and check what exactly went wrong. We do the changes that we need, then go again to observe and see if we're going to have the same infinite loop or not. When I came back to the students, I found that she was working with her infinite loop. Every time she come already, this test, she took the test for math and English. Every time she's doing, I don't know this, I don't know this. Okay? Then, when I talked to the students, okay, first of all that I was observing, okay, her facial expression in front of the screen, okay? She's not smiling, she's very serious. I feel as if that there is a little bit anger coming from her eyes while she's answering. She never takes a second to just read the question itself, just like, I don't know this, I don't know this. And when the results came at the end, I found her smiling. So I didn't get it. Why you're smiling? I mean, you still have lower grades. And I found her, things got. Then, when I looked closer to her situation, she was following a learned pattern, which is, and sometimes, by the way, as an adult, we're following the same pattern in our life. When something feels difficult, skip it. I think we all of us doing the same things sometimes in our life. So the behavior, okay, I can say not the score. I started to speak about that. Her algorithm, her pattern was avoiding the discomfort. Sometimes we are following patterns, we call it that we are trying to skip. Sometimes we think that, no, I just closed the issue, okay? So in order to go on, but if you're going to observe, if you're going to go on, you're not going on. You will repeat again the same pattern, the same algorithm, going same results that you don't like. Sometimes when, for example, I'm arguing with my daughters or my son, sometimes I found, if I'm not observing carefully, I found myself giving sometimes same advices, same words. So at the end, when I'm monitoring the change, I find no change. You're not changing. So the most important thing is to step back out of your pattern, out of your algorithm, and observe very well the input data. Of course, the input data in our program, we can't control it. It's exactly the same input data, the environment around us, the people around us, the problems that we are facing daily, that we're not apart from, but they are affecting us. When we observe that, we can, with our conscious, we can rewrite the code lines. We can rechange the way that we are reacting to such problems. We call it in our field to change some code lines. Then I go back again to check my algorithm, my pattern, and look for the output. So after that, we started in our school, yes, when we started to analyze the student results. We're not analyzing only the results or the scores or the number that we are getting. Sometimes that we are analyzing their own pattern in their life. And also, we have to start to observe our own pattern in our life. The time that you will realize that you are aware with the steps that you rewrite in your own pattern, you will observe totally different output. The output that you're looking for. Hard at the beginning, yes. Every one of us has his own story, has its own difficulties that pass. But do not let it go. Don't let the years go without learning and observing. Because we need to come at the end, be able to break or unlock our algorithm of potential. Thank you so much for sharing this experience. Thank you so much. Thank you.